episode 7 of the Miss Strawberry Makes podcast. This is a crafty podcast about knitting, crocheting, sewing, and any other little crafty shenanigans that I get up to. I'm Michelle, Miss Strawberry Shortgirl on Instagram, Miss Michelle Bell on Ravelry. There's a Ravelry group for this podcast called The Strawberry Patch. And you can find the show notes for this podcast on the blog, the Strawberry Cottage Journal. So, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time, hey, I hope you like it. And if you're a returning viewer, hey guys, welcome back. So good to have you. So, yeah. Let's see. This hopefully will be a little bit shorter than the last one. The last one was longer than I like them to be. I like to keep them under half an hour. Yeah, so let's just jump right on in with finished objects. The first one I don't have here with me to show you. It was my niece Abby's lacy lavender shawl that I made out of Knit Picks Aloft, and I will insert some pictures of that. Hopefully they turn out a little clearer than they did the last time I inserted pictures. They were all grainy for some reason, probably the program I used to edit. But let me put those in right here, because I don't know how to put them in over. I just have to insert them. Yep, so that's Abby's shawl. She was really happy with it. That last picture you will have seen, she sent me on her mom's phone of her bear, one of her teddy bears, wrapped up in it. So I think she really liked it. It was even teddy bear approved. So yeah, it was pretty easy to make. I used a Debbie Bliss pattern out of her knitting magazine. Oops, I forgot to get it out with me, but I will link to it, to where you can find that on Ravelry in the show notes. So it was quite a big shawl. I wish I had it here to hold it up and everything, but I don't. But because it was adult size, but to fit Abby's little 9-year-old frame, I downsized it quite a bit. So since it was a lace pattern, it was a little bit of a breen teaser or something. I actually almost gave myself a headache trying to figure it out. I'm not a math person. I tried figuring it out with math, and I did not figure it out with math. It was by trial and error more, and it ended up being way easier than as difficult as I made it. All it was increments of 10 or multiples of 10 plus 1. I'm pretty sure. Did I write it down? I didn't write it down on here, but I wrote it. Oh, wait, here it is. Yep, increments of 10 plus 1. So any number that, is divisible by 10 plus 1 on the end. So I think it was meant to have like 261 stitches to begin with, because you start at the widest point and work your way down. I started with 161, and it was too small for me, but it fit Abby perfectly, so perfect. Yeah, after I had figured out the pattern, I felt like I had unlocked the secrets to the world. I felt like if the CIA needs a code breaker, I'm the girl. Just kidding. It wasn't that hard, but it was like, I can make this any size I want now. This is amazing. So yeah, I was pretty happy about that. Can't think of anything else to tell you about that. Yep, I think that's it. So, next on the finished objects is what I'm wearing. This rose flannel shift dress. I will model it for you. Let's see if you can see it. Make sure my slip's not showing. So I am happy with it. It's so cozy and wonderful, and I love it. So, yeah, I used Vintage Simplicity 7300. I've made this twice before. Actually, in the very first episode of this, I was wearing my Kath Kidston duck cloth one, which it has pretty roses on it too. And then I also made one with a London bus, like double-decker bus print flannel, just like this. And I've never shown it on here, but you can see it on my Instagram, I think. Yeah, you can. And, okay. The only things, well, that pattern's obviously out of print, but I don't know if you can find it on eBay or Etsy or something. The only thing I did differently from the pattern was I bound the neck and armholes with bias tape rather than doing facings, just because I don't like messing with facings. Plus, bias, I just really like bias tape, and I had this vintage bias tape that was like the perfect color. I love vintage notions. Anytime I'm at a thrift store, I always scour for those type of things. It's even got a vintage zipper in it. It's one of those old metal zippers, and it's kind of a turquoise color. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can see that. I don't know. So yeah, there's this. I'll tell you my other sewing idea later on in the plans part. So, gosh, now I'm hoping this is going to be too short, because I'm just like moving right through these. Oh well. Okay, my next work in progress, well, no, I marked off, I have another finished object. What am I doing? Getting ahead of myself. Last time I had mentioned that I wanted to make a hot water bottle cozy, and mentioning some of my inspirations and things for that. So I actually did get that done. I just finished it today, which is part of the reason why I wanted to hurry up and make a podcast too, because it is lovely and sunny, and any morning I have at home that's sunny, I'm like, podcast weather. So, actually I wasn't feeling very well yesterday. I had a cold that was trying to get me, but I think hopefully it's not going to get me now, because I feel better, and I've been taking all those, you know, herbal and vitamin remedies and things, so I'm feeling good. But just love something cozy when you're not feeling good, or just when it's so cold out. This is the cozy I made. I used Coco Rose Diaries blog. Vanessa is her name. She had a tutorial, which I linked in the last show notes, but I'll link it again. And I really liked her tutorial. It's got water in it right now, and it's still a bit warm, so the cozy's working. Did I put the... I'll have to find the... Anyway, this is Debbie Bliss Fez yarn. I had 2 balls of this left over from a sweater I made back in... Well, it was the year that my nephew James was born, because I remember working on the sweater in the waiting room at the hospital when he was being born. So that would have been 2012. Yeah? Yep, because he turned 5 last year and I was 17. Yep, so 2012. I'm really bad at math. I'm sorry. I can barely remember my own birth year, let alone other people's. But, sorry. Well, maybe that cold is still trying to get me. Just got water today, because that's what you gotta do, pump in the fluids. So, what else was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm not sure what the name of this color is, but I'm not sure how well it's showing up, but it is such a beautiful color. I think it's maybe duck egg, or maybe like a light teal or something, Those are names she usually uses. So, and then the cross stitch I used different Knit Picks palette fingering weight yarn. Let's see, the light pink is blush, and it's all the highlights in the rose. And then the medium pink is cotton candy, which I also wrote cozy in. I wrote it the American way because I'm American. I thought about writing it with a S, like the English, but Z's are kind of fun to stitch anyway. And then the dark pink is peony. Peony? Yeah. I love peonies. They're so pretty. Oh, and the green is Green Tea Heather. Really pretty light green. So yeah, really happy with this. The way it was made is you made 2 separate pieces, front and back, and you just kind of kept holding it out to make sure it was following the curves of your bottle right and how long to make it and everything, and then write down what you were doing as you did it. That way you would be able to do it again for the other side, and it worked out really well. Then you just I single crocheted the 2 sides together, and then so the bottom was open, and I slid it up in there, and then I just stitched it closed about this much on each side. On Vanessa's, she stitched the whole bottom closed, but mine has this little tabby thing, so I just did it part way, and it's staying in fine. So, and then at the top I did just a single of the blush, single crochet, and yeah, I'm really happy with it, and it is so cozy and wonderful. I love it. So, yeah, that fez yarn. Hang on, let me find the thing to it so I can tell you what all's in it, because it's a discontinued yarn. Boonies. But, it's closed now. Sad. But when I got this, it was even on sale, because I think it was already discontinued. It is 85% extra fine merino, 15% camel. The color just has a number. It's 20514, if you want to know. I love it. Oh, I love it so much. This is all I have left now, so I can't really do much with it, but I'm really happy that I've been saving this to make something really nice, because I love this yarn so much, and I'm pretty pleased with what I made. So I was telling my mom, just watch my water bottle break now, because I showed you the last time it's actually an old one, so after I actually make it a cozy, it's probably going to spring a leak somewhere. But anyway, yep, so there's that. Cozy! So, okay, that is my last finished object for today. Okay. Let's get out the drink. You'll excuse me. Okay. So, work in progress. I do have one crochet work in progress, but I probably won't share it with you because it's a commission for my grandma, my mom's mom, a crocheted blanket. Maybe once I get further along, I'll share it with you guys. Maybe, maybe not. Like, when it's not something that I've picked out to make, I'm not usually as excited about sharing it, so I may not. But this is my knitting work in progress. It is my sprinkle sweater. I've got the whole body done. Isn't this yarn just delicious? Look at that. Okay. So this I had started back in May of last year. Yeah, I think. And I had been knitting it in pieces. Here, I'll show you the pattern I'm using. The pattern is this frill top, I think it's called. Frill edge top from Debbie Bliss Celebrating Family. Debbie Bliss is my favorite knitwear designer. I don't know if I've ever said that. I just love her aesthetic. I really like her patterns. But her patterns are pretty much pretty much always, well, maybe almost always, knit in pieces, not in the round. So I had started knitting it, just, you know, the back and forth, and I'm not sure why I abandoned it. Probably started working on something else. So that's usually how it goes. But yeah, when I picked it back up just last week, or 2 weeks ago now probably, I decided to do it in the round instead, because I thought that'd be kind of a fun experiment. Because I've been enjoying making things in the round, like the Yulgren sweater was made pretty much seamlessly, apart from one seam. So this one obviously won't be seamless by any means, because I'll have to sew the sleeves in and everything. But, so yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. And this yarn, since it had been knit up before, it was behaving a little oddly. Hopefully after blocking it'll calm down. But, yeah, I'm happy with it, except when I got, like, to the whitest part, right before I divided for, the armholes, it started pooling kind of funny. Like, see, all the pinks together here, all the blues together here, all the yellow, all the blue, all the pink, instead of being all mixed together like this. And it was kind of bugging me, but I tried it on as is, and I don't think it stands out that bad. Plus, I'm not really sure what I could do to remedy it. Oh, also, you may have noticed I'm sitting closer today, because a lot of you had trouble hearing in the last one. I thought, well, maybe if I just get actually closer to the camera, that would help, because I don't think I can turn up the volume or anything. I'm just using my phone. And, so hopefully you can hear me better. And I'm trying not to mumble so bad. I mumble so bad. I'm so sorry. But, so thanks for letting me know that, guys. And I did kind of notice that, too. That last one was really quiet. That last podcast. And, yeah, I don't know why it was so quiet. But sometimes when I'm editing it, I'll have my headphones in working on it. So maybe that's why I didn't notice it was so quiet. Because, you know, then the sound is like right there. But I think I mumbled a lot, so that was part of the problem. But anyway, okay. So, and right now I am on the first sleeve, and I'm doing it in the round 2 on double pointed needles. Yeah. So I've got that much done. I love this yarn. It's so cheery. Did I tell you what it's called? It is, Lion Brand Yards Ice Cream Sprinkles. So that's why it's called my sprinkle sweater. Because it really does look like sprinkles, doesn't it? It's a baby yarn. I got it on Hobby Lobby on clearance. So, it's actually a baby yarn. But that's okay. So it's Debbie Bliss Baby Cashmerino, and it's great for adult clothes too. So, excuse me, so sorry. This pattern was meant to have Debbie Bliss Baby Cashmerino, which is about a sport weight here in America. And this yarn is actually more of a DK weight, number 3 light, they call it. But whereas a sport would be like a 2 here. So it's a little too thick, so I'm making a smaller size than I would have to make up for that. And so far, so good. What else do I have to tell you? I think that's all I have to say about this. I am determined to get this finished so that I can wear it. Because I have another project that I want to start, which I'm going to show you, but I'm really trying to get this one done first. Plus, I'm working on Grandma's blanket, so I think I really want to focus on those 2 bigger projects before I start this, what I'm going to show you. So here, that is my work in progress. Here is my plan. some of you, if you follow me on Instagram, will have seen. Hang on, let me take a drink. It's making my sinuses run. Sorry, not to gross you out. My aunt got me some Beatrix Potter buttons. Don't know how well you can see these. I have no idea how well you're going to be able to see these because I can't see myself. I've got Peter, Moppet, Miss Moppet, Tom, Mr. Jeremy Fisher. Man, I should have painted my nails for this, sorry. Jemima, Puddle Duck, and the little mouse. I don't know if he has a name, from the Tailor of Gloucester. I love that one where it's on the little spool of thread. That's so cute. So anyway, these buttons, I thought I need a very, very special thing to put those on. So I have begun to plan a Beatrix Potter cardigan. I made a little plan page with the little bits of sample colors. Look, they're like little bows. Cute and fuzzy. I'm going to use, I should say, a good vintage granny striped cardigan by Fran Morgan. Again, I made a bright Kath Kidston-y one, which you can see in the second episode of this podcast as a finished object, and in the first episode as a work in progress. Yeah, so these are the colors I'm looking at using. I need a bigger basket, obviously, but I thought it'd be fun to put them in a little gardening basket, little produce basket. So for the main color, I'm going to use Knit Picks. These are all Knit Picks palette. I think I already said that. This is Hair Heather. Oh, and each of the colors is gonna like represent a character or a, well, you'll see something from one of the books. So this, as the main color, kind of represents all the rabbits, because, well, it's called Hair Heather. It kind of is rabbit colored. So isn't that a nice color? I bought this in the Knit Picks sale on a whim. I was like, I need a light neutral. I'm horrible at picking out neutrals. Neutrals are not my thing. I get so caught up in the colors and then I forget, you know, neutrals are necessary sometimes. But so I think that'll be a nice neutral. Thankful that I got that. Okay, and then, yeah, that's all the rabbits. Actually, it could kind of be the mice, too. They're kind of that color. Well, maybe they're more gray. Mumbling. Okay, and then Sky, which is, this is left over from my other, so hopefully I'll have enough, my other, striped Cardi. This is Peter's jacket. And then Blush, pink, just Blush it's called. Pigling Bland, a little pink pig. Custard for Jemima's ducklings. I thought about Jemima's beak, and then it's like, oh, but the ducklings, little fuzzy ducklings. Green Tea Heather, which I used for the stem of my rose on my cozy cover. Cozy. Hot water bottle cozy. This is Mr. Jeremy Fisher. Green Tea Heather. What do I have next? This way. Okay, this is Ice Lily. This is Mrs. Tabitha Twitchett's dress, which is Tom Kitten and his sisters Moffat and Mitten's mother. This is her dress. From the books, I like really tried to hold them up next to the illustrations and compare, and her dress really does look about this color. Isn't that lovely? Kind of a purpley, pinky, pretty pastel-y colors. And then Clarity. This is the palest shade of blue ever. It may even look white in here. But that is for Tom Kitten. He's got the little pale blue outfit. Well, really, he and Peter's clothes are kind of similar, but I wanted to bring the light blue in, so that's going to be Tom's color. And then this Penny Royal is a very pale lavender. I love this color. That is for Hunka Munka, one of her dresses that she stole, I hate to say. One of her dresses was this color. She stole it from the 2 dolls in the doll's house. We won't talk about that. Let's see. She did make amends, though, so it's okay. This, okay, how do you say this? Lichen? Or is it lichen? I think it's, I don't know. Probably depends on where you're from. I'll look it up after this so that I'll know. This is Mr. McGregor's Garden. Isn't that kind of a fun, mossy green, kind of? Mostly I just wanted to include this green, so I thought, oh, Mr. McGregor's Garden, it's green. And then, this is the last one, Tea Rose. And this will be Jemima's shawl, holding it up into the illustration in the book, very much like this, but with a blue design in it. So that is what I'm going to use. I may end up adding to this because I can't be stopped. I'm really debating with using one of these to be the radishes that Peter eats in the book. This rose hip is actually like the color of the radishes in it. Which as a kid I always thought they looked like carrots, but that's okay. Or I was thinking to make it more pastel, I could use this Mai Tai Heather. Then they really would look like carrots. But then I was afraid that one of these brighter, because orangey is such like a color, I was afraid that it would change the overall look of the sweater too much, because I really want it to be overall pastel and pretty. So I'm really, right now I'm leaning towards not using an orangey color. So, but let me know what you guys think, just out of curiosity. Right now I'm leaning towards not, because I think it would change the overall look too much, and then just make it too much like my bright sweater. I want this one to be like very pastel. So just let me know what you guys think. So, yeah, that's that. Do I have anything else to say about that? Nope, I don't think so. Okay. And then my last plan really is, and I guess kind of a looky what I got. I got, labels made. I don't know if you can see it. With my Miss Strawberry Makes, they're written in kitschy, fun lettering, in pink and aqua-y, turquoisey. I want to make some bags. Hopefully project bags, if I can figure out how to make them nicely. Yeah, so I'd like to make some bags. I know I'm going to make a small tote bag, kind of like the Kath Kidston book bag shape, and I'll call it my library bag, because I've got lots of pretty fabrics that I either have made a dress out of and I have some left, or I just didn't get enough even to make a dress that I need to think of something to do with it. And I think bags would be a good solution. So, excuse me. So probably, please excuse me. some for myself, but then also some to sell, hence the labels. So, I got these from the Dutch label shop. One of my friends who has a blog had written about them on her blog and recommended them. And her labels turned out so cute. Like, she actually, a friend, I think, made a design for her. And it was so vintagey looking, because she wears, like, vintage clothes, or homemade, really, but vintage clothes, vintage style clothes all the time. And so she had really vintage looking labels made, and they were so cute. And then I just wanted more simple ones like this, you know. So I'm happy with these. They're really good quality. They're actually woven, and they were really nicely priced too. So go check them out if you want. I'll link them in the show notes too, and I'll link to the blog post of my friend Lily's, so you can see that too. Lily Mode Delise, you may have heard of her blog. It's really good. Yeah, so there's that plan. Yeah. Okay, hopefully this episode didn't seem rushed or, incoherent. Maybe the cold is getting me. But, yeah, I just wanted to get another one out there without it being too long. I, got some yummy yarn coming in the mail. I was hoping it would be here to show you guys, but it's not here yet because it's coming from England. So, I ordered it from, I'll just tell you, from Heather of Pink Milk on Etsy, her Etsy shop she's got going now. So I'm so excited to get it. It may even come today. But if it does, actually, maybe I'll do a little extra bit about it. But yeah. So, next time, if not this episode, I'll have that to show you. I might cut out this rambling too, because it's pointless. But yeah. Three of the wee rabbits are coming over today. My sister Beth and her kids. So I'm excited. They'll be here, within the hour, probably. So I should probably button my lip and get going. But, thanks for watching, guys. It means so much. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that. That would be great. And don't forget, there's a giveaway coming up soon, too. So, I know I keep just, like, dangling that in front of you, vague thing. But I've actually got ideas in my mind. I just, got to get a few more things done before I'm ready for that. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a happy time making. Wait, that sounded dumb. You'll cut that out. Keep making. Bye.